All right, guys, let's talk about order of operations. A common phrase with the order of operations, remember how to do this, is Pemdas, P-E-M-D-A-S, or please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Now, what PEMDAS stands for is basically the order in which you're going to go about these order of operations. That if you follow this order, you will correctly evaluate these expressions. So the first thing you're going to have is parentheses, and that could either look, it's basically just some sort of grouping symbol. So either parentheses, absolute values will also provide a grouping symbol. Fractions will be involved as well. We'll talk about that shortly. Exponents, that's what you do next. Next, after that, you're going to do multiplication and division, but you'll see this bracket here. The bracket's here because multiplication and division works a little bit special. Multiplication and division are next, but you work from left to right. So whichever shows up first on the left side, you do that first and work your way to the right. So if you saw division on the left, then multiplication later, you do division and multiplication. You always work left to right and do all multiplication and division. Same with addition and subtraction. You're going to work from left to right. It doesn't matter which comes first, addition, subtraction. It doesn't matter. Is it addition before subtraction? It's of these two, whatever you see first, moving left to right, that's what you do. Okay, so you knock out all addition, subtraction at the same time, all multiplication, division at the same time, moving left to right. So these problems, they're very, very basic, very, very easy to do, as long as you just decide to slow things down and go step by step. A lot of students try and rush through that, and that's where mistakes are made. So if I look at this first example, parentheses 5 minus 3 squared plus 8 divided by 2. So first part of the order of operations is parentheses, which I have those here. I'm going to underline that, and I'm going to tackle that first. So 5 minus 3, that's inside the parentheses. 5 minus 3 is 2. Okay, so all I did was 5 minus 3. I haven't touched this square. I haven't touched the plus, the 8, the division, the 2. So I just rewrote everything else that I haven't touched. Now we go back. All right, I've taken care of parentheses. Next will be exponents. Well, we have exponents. Let's take care of that. 2 squared is 4. Still have a plus, still have an 8, still have a divide, still have a 2. And then let's do another line, multiplication division from left to right. So addition, have multiplication division right here, back division. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Didn't touch this 4, didn't touch the plus. Then finally, 4 plus 4, which is 8. So if you notice, just going slow and steady, just one operation at a time. A lot of people try and do multiple operations. Sometimes that's where you run into problems with violating the order of operations. So let's do another example. 16 divided by 4 times, parentheses, negative 1 plus 3, parentheses. So starting with the top, PEMDAS, parentheses. Negative 1 plus 3 is 2. I'm going to rewrite everything else because I haven't touched it. 16, division, 4, multiplication. Next would be exponents. There are none here. We're good to go. Multiplication, division, moving left to right. So this is where a common issue would come up. It's multiplication and division. They're both grouped together from left to right. So a lot of people are going to want to jump on this 4 times 2 because it's multiplication and division. That's not true. You move left to right. So really we're going to do 16 divided by 4 first, which gets us 4. Still have the multiplication, still have 2. And finally all that's left is 4 times 2, which is 8. If you would have done the multiplication over here first, the division, you would get a different answer. You would in fact get 2 and not 8, and you're going from right to left instead of left to right. Final example here has a little bit of a fraction there. So I kind of alluded to this when I talked about parentheses. Anytime we have a fraction and there's multiple operations going on either on top or bottom, what you really have there is a big old parentheses there. It's just not going to be drawn in. So we need to tackle what's going on in the parentheses first and kind of clean up the numerator or the denominator in the fraction before we can start jumping into everything else. So if I'm going to do this one step by step, I have parentheses, have to work inside there first. Inside the parentheses, I have addition and I have exponents. Well, we have to take care of the exponents before addition, so 2 squared is 4. So we have 5 plus 4. Didn't touch the fraction with a 3 on the bottom. Didn't touch the plus 7. Multiplication 2. So continuing on out here, Would still be inside the parentheses. 5 plus 4 is 9. So 9 divided by 3. Didn't touch the plus, the 7, the multiplication, the 2. Next, we'd have multiplication division from left to right. So moving left to right. This is a division here. So we're going to do 9 divided by 3 first, which is 3. Still haven't touched the plus, the 7, the times, the 2. Keep moving left to right. Oh, don't have anything. Have a 7 times 2, which is 14. So we have 3 plus 14. And finally, wrap it up with the addition 3 plus 14, which is 17. Those are some basic examples on order of operations. Again, if you just go slow and steady, it's very, very simple stuff to do. Just do one step at a time. There's absolutely no reason to rush. Some kids are like, well, I just want to get it done faster. Well, what's probably going to happen if you try and go faster is you're going to make a mistake. You're going to spend even more time trying to find that mistake. Where if you just go slow from the beginning and do one step at a time, that's probably going to be your quickest way because you're going to get it right. You don't have to waste time on fixing it. Again, Pemdas is the order of operations. Remember, multiplication, division, move left to right. Addition, subtraction, move left to right.